And our last one for post-Hana week, of course, Eddie sang backup vocals, sort of, while the Chili Peppers played Just What I Needed by the Cars. So I thought this was a perfect time to do the for real version of Just What I Needed by the Cars for Jack B1 and Scott Taylor. Right, I'm feeling elated because I was listening to this feeling very daunted and wondering how could I possibly get... There's a lot of stuff in here, but I think I got a lot of stuff in here. So, the beginning, the counting is the first weird thing. When it hits that, it's an E. I'm going to do it as the root 5 major bar chord starting on the A string 7999, right? You can play regular E, that's fine too. I think the Cars are here. Rick, of course, is here. And you're going to play not on the first beat, the count is on the fourth beat, the hit happens. So you're going to say to yourself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, until it's 2 hits, and then it's 4 and. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're at the right time. If you've ever tried to, do it and you're thinking 1, and then the band comes in and you're thinking, oh my God, where am I? That's why. The hit happens on 4 until it's the 2 hits, and then it's 4 and that sets you up for 1, 2, I don't mind you. It's just power chords to start off. If it was major or minor, it'd be major, an E or an E. They're up here. Do it down here if you want. Doesn't matter. E, B, C sharp, just power chords, G sharp. But if it was majors and minors, it'd be E major, B major, C sharp minor, and weirdly, G sharp major. G sharp should be minor in the key of E. It's the 3. 1, 2, 3s are minor, but in this song it's major. It's a major 3. That's one of my favorite things in the entire world. So one of the many reasons I love this song. Anyways, E, B, C sharp, G sharp. Twice just as chill power chords. Or make a major minor. Do whatever you want. The third time, guitar 2 creeps in and he's doing the cowboy thing. Same thing on B. I find it easier to play B here. Notice I'm using 1 and 2 to make my power chord so that I have my pinky finger within easy reach of 2 frets higher on the D string. On the A string for the B chord, or if you do B down here, now you're getting stretchy, but you can still do it. When you get to the C sharp, it's different because the note that we need is this note on the 7th fret of the D string, not the 8th fret of the D string, so it's going to be... And then to just kind of strum away on G sharp. So that is the third time in the verse. Really starts to kick, you play an E down here like usual and sus4 it with your pinky up to B. It's got to be your F-shaped B here. You could do the whole B, but the change is like make a little A shape by smashing your ring finger down there so the D, G, and B strings become 9, but if you do it as your bar chord, that works just as well. And then we go to G sharp major and A. The synth solo comes in and the rhythm progression is E, very similar to the verse, B, C sharp minor, G sharp major, followed by, starts the same, E, B, C sharp minor, but this time A. The guitar is doing the cowboy thing still, but the rhythm's just slightly different. It's gonna be... regular G sharp, right? Same thing. And regular A. But the solo is, it's a synth obviously, but we can do it on the guitar. The notes anyways. B12, we're talking about the key of E. E's relative minor is C sharp. You start on an E note and you go down 3 to find your relative minor, and that's how you know which minor pentatonic to use for your solo. So we're talking about C sharp minor pentatonic. 9, 12, 9, 11, 9, 11, 9, 11, 9, 12, 9, 12. Probably with some notes, the other 2 notes from the major scale as well, sprinkled in there. Let's do B12, 9, 12, 9 up to E12, 11, 9, B12, and here's the weird note, a C on the 13th fret of the B string. Now, how do we explain that? When we play G sharp major, the weird note that makes G sharp weirdly major is the 5th fret of the G string, right? That's a C note. So that explains that. So, B12, 9, 12, 9, E12, 11, 9, B12, 13, and then the guitar chimes in with one of the coolest things ever. When you learn to recognize this, you'll recognize it all over the place. Grab G6, slide up to 8, and then E8 as well. Move that down 2 frets, and then change it to 5, 4. So right, and that is a move that comes off of our G sharp major chord. Thinking about your baby F, we've got the middle finger on the G string is a major 3rd, and the E string is our root G sharp. So what we're doing when we do that, here, let's do it in reverse. Take our major 3rd and move it up to a 4th, and now our root has become a 2, so now we have 4, 2, and if we move it up one more, we have 5, 3, so it's like a little tour of the chord, kind of, with some auxiliary notes as well, but just backwards. Right? So, second half then starts the exact same. 12, 9, 12, 9, E12, 11, 9, B12, and then you're going to want to chime in with the guitar thing that, you know, smashes in there, and it's the same exact thing as our G sharp, but it's on A, because the band hit A, so now we're thinking everything 1 fret higher than what we just did. 9s, 7s, 6, 5, so entire synth solo section, take 2. This song is very well produced. There's always some new little thing. It doesn't just repeat itself. There's some little aspect. I mean, Rick's a great producer, right? So guitar 2 comes in for the beginning of the next verse with little triads. So we're going to be 7, 9, 9. That's an... Can you see? It keeps happening. And then a B as a baby F shape on 7, 8, and 9. Followed by a C sharp minor as 4, 5, 6, and then the aforementioned baby F shape as our G sharp on 4, 5, 6. So you do that twice. Before he comes back in with... like we did the first time. The chorus has come. It's the most straightforward part. E, B, A, C sharp minor, B. The first time. The second time it's E, B, A, C sharp minor. Then it goes twice. Solo, remember we're talking about C sharp minor pentatonic, so everything's kind of going to be around here for the most part. G11, 9, and then bend mightily, D11, release the bend, 9, bend 11 again, but now we're going to 10, 11, 10. So, first little chunk. It's awesome. Start on A9 with your ring finger because you're going to slide up 2 frets before you pluck the D string 9th fret twice. Now you're going to do the exact same move, but starting on D9 instead of A9, so your ring finger needs to make its way to where your pointer finger just was. But you're only going to pluck the G string 9th fret once. And then you're going to do the same move you just did twice, except starting on D11. And then you pluck your G11, where you end up with your pointer finger twice before going down to G9. So... and then you're going to bend B12, 10, 12. So that whole section. I just love that part. Then comes the measure with the weird note, the C, but we're going to bend up to it this time. So bend your B12 again. So like bend once, twice regular, bend it again, I guess it's a sandwich, and then you're gonna, this is kind of tricky, bend your G string 11th fret down to 9, and then bend D11 mightily again, down to 10, and then bend B11 so that it sounds like B13. And then you go, release your bend and go down to B9. So, too. Last segment, grab G11 and B12. You're going to bend G, but not B, and you're going to strum them both. I'm using ring and pinky so that I have the strength of these fingers to bend the G string. Pluck the B string once more. Now make B9, and then bend G11. And go down to G9. So, and then we're going to do an extension of the cool move we learned earlier. We're going to be on 9s, 11s, but now it's going to change 13, 12, and then 14s, 15s, 16s. So, rhythm for the solo section is E, B, C sharp, G sharp, followed by E, B, C sharp, A, and that's the progression for the outro too, but there's that synth that we can do. Thinking about your root 5 major bar chord E chord, we're going to take the 9, 9, 9 on the D, G, B, and we're going to go G, D, B, and then it switches to G11, followed by B12, 9, and then E9, 11. So, followed by, starts the exact same, but this time we pluck G9 and D11, and that goes back and forth. Until the last time when it goes and bend that B12, of course. And that is everything, I believe, for Just What I Needed by the Cars. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.